Good evening. Hey, this is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope that you had a really nice day. Kick back and relax a little bit. I'm going to talk to you this evening about 9 money-saving swap outs. Going to jump right into it. First of all, I think paper towels get a very bad rep, and I don't understand why, because actually, I do believe we need them. Okay, this is my opinion, and a lot of people, maybe frugal minded, might say, "Oh, I'll just, use an old cloth and then wash it." Sometimes it's okay to be convenient. I'm just saying, just saying. All right, now this is in my book anyway. Here's what I think about paper towel. People aren't utilizing it right. They're only using it for spills. That's a mistake. Big, big, big mistake. I'm going to show you many things I do with, let's say, paper towel. One, of course, obviously, I use it for spills and, obvious reasons. Like, let's say if you have a pet, the pet messes up. I mean, it's great. All right. But here's something I do. I never buy dinner napkins. Never. Never. Why should I do that when all I have to do is take a piece of paper towel and fold it up diagonally, and it does the same purpose. So for me, right off the bat, I'm getting an additional use. And here's another thing I do with paper towel. I don't use a cloth placemat under me at night. I know this sounds crazy. I know. But especially if you're a family of one, who are you impressing? I mean, seriously. So what I like to do, I'll put just a piece of paper towel underneath my, place setting, and I'll eat my dinner. And if there's any crumbs or icky mess that might spill, that's even more perfect, because then I get to roll that thing up, scrunch it up in my hand. And then guess what I do before I wash the dish? I take that same piece of paper towel that was under my plate, catching a little crumbs or a tiny bit of sauce, and I wipe out a lot of food residue before it even lands in the sink. So I am also saving wear and tear on washing up and utilizing my dish soap. Just saying, just saying. So there are ways, more than one ways, to use paper towel. And I always get it at the best possible price. So for me, in my life, I do not think of paper towel as a luxury. I use it a lot. It all depends on how you use something, right? All right, next, don't throw away seasoned packets that come with ramen noodles. You know those little packages that are hiding inside a ramen noodle package? Sometimes people will not use the packet for whatever the reason, and I'll get into that one in about a minute. Don't just mindlessly throw those little packets away. They are great seasonings. You could add it to other recipes, so hold those to the side, all right? So that's a great swap out. Next, speaking of packets of ramen noodles, did you ever feel like you're in the mood for, let's say, some sort of pasta dish, but you don't want to break open a whole big box and it's just you at the moment? Maybe everybody else is out of the house and you're craving pasta. Why not turn that ramen noodle into, let's say, a spaghetti type dish? My favorite thing to do with that is take a half can. I'll cook it up, as the directions, ramen noodles, and I like to put a half a can of marinara sauce with a half a can. This is how I'm making the sauce. Half a can of mushrooms. I like to throw that on top of that. Man, oh man, that is really good with a little dash of Parm cheese. You got yourself your little individual spaghetti type meal without having to break open the whole box. Just saying, just saying. And of course, you could dress it up any way you want. But consider the ramen noodle packs as like an individual spaghetti. That's a really good thing to do. All right, 9 out of 10 of us have some form of rice in our homes or apartments. And you can actually do a ton of things with rice, okay? Sometimes we forget because we have it under our nose all the time. Sometimes we take some of the greatest things that we have in our homes and apartments for granted, but you could do a ton of things with rice. Number one, you can make fried rice. There are wonderful recipes on how to make fried rice easily. You don't even have to lift up the phone. You don't even have to go and pick it up at takeout. Or you can actually even make a rice pizza crust. Now, I actually created a video about that. And I got that recipe from a Snap website, which was given recipes because I wanted to research that to see if there were cost effective recipes. And that was a very interesting thing to do. I need to hook that one up in the description box below. So you could do fried rice, pizza crust, rice pudding, or cold rice, rice with cold milk and cinnamon cereal. You could actually learn how to make your own rice milk from rice. Yes, yes, yes. These are things, again, like I said, right under our noses, and 99% of the time we have these things. Next, out of sour cream. Did you ever run out of sour cream? Or you don't use it that often, but more often than not, some people may have plain Greek yogurt at home. Plain Greek yogurt is so versatile. You could do a lot of stuff with that. I'm telling you. And one of them is just use it as a swap out for sour cream. And if you want to try something different completely, this makes a good dip, and I've done it very, very simply. I take dehydrated onions, a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of maybe onion salt or onion powder, mix it all together, sprinkle in a dash of parsley, just mix that up into the Greek yogurt, plain yogurt, let that sit a while, and that makes a great dip. And if you have like pita chips, like either the kind you make yourself or the kind you buy in a store, just put that in the dip. So, so good. It's actually kind of sort of a healthy version. Next, if you have canned beans in the house, who out of the people that listen to this broadcast don't have canned beans in the house? Probably every one of us. But if you have canned beans, like I love cannellini beans, I also love chickpeas. But let's say you want to try something different. Who's to stop us from getting creative and let's say creating some sort of like a hummus type texture with, for example, cannellini beans, some sort of a bean dip, kidney beans, whatever beans you like. Who's to stop you from adding that to your food processor, putting in whatever the ingredient? I'm sure there are recipes that will tell you on this platform how to do something like that. Something different. It's under your nose. You don't have to pay for it again, and something new and fun to try. Next, make your own ice cream pie. Whoa, I like this. Especially, let's say that you have somebody coming over that maybe had a recent birthday, just visiting you, just for separate reason. They had a recent birthday or some other fun celebration milestone in their life. Okay. Who's to stop you if you have a chocolate crust? Those like pre-done crust. Some make them in graham cracker form, some make them in a chocolate crust form. Pick up one of those chocolate crusts, put them away. It's good to have. Then you take your favorite flavor of ice cream, you put that into that pie shell, into that chocolate crust. Then, if you have crushed Oreo cookies or similar cookies, crush them and cover the top with that, and then put the plastic cover over it and put the whole thing back in the freezer. Voila. You just made yourself an easy peasy celebratory Oreo ice cream pie. Hello. For a fraction of the cost. And plus that, you're picking out your own favorite flavor of ice cream. There's a big difference there, not just being stuck with whatever flavor they're showing you, but the flavor you like. I think that's a fun idea. And I have to remember that because I have a couple of celebrations and families coming up, birthdays and stuff in the not so distant future. Next, Italian or ranch dressing. Italian or ranch dressings makes an amazing marinade for boneless chicken breasts. I particularly love Italian dressing. There's one specific brand that begins with letter W. I really love that. That you can do a lot with those, like marinade your chicken breasts, or I would even imagine other meats you could do the same thing with. But I know definitely and for sure it works really good with the chicken breast. So that's the eighth swap out. And then next, replace, what the heck is this? Oh yeah, replace meat. I could read my own chicken scratch there, sorry. Replace meat one night a week with cooked lentils, rice, and tomato sauce. I'll get into that recipe in a second, but let me explain something to you. Times can be challenging with budgets, with high prices at the grocery store, right? If you could just do this method, take one or even two nights out of the week that you don't eat meat, But the meals that you replace the meat with, make them exciting, make them fun, make them different. You won't even miss the meat if you're like a real diehard meat eater. Okay, so this is a very helpful thing. Now, I happen to love lentils, cooked lentils. You could take cooked lentils. You could take 1 or 2 cans of marinara sauce after you cook the lentils, and then you take the marinara sauce, put in like maybe a capful or two of oil, and you saute in onion and oil. Throw in the couple of cans of marinara sauce to that. Throw that over the lentils, put that over a bed of rice, of which we just spoke about. That is so good together. And you could throw a dash of Parmesan cheese on top of that. Hello. Sounds good to me. If you don't want the cheese, you forego the cheese. If you're really like away from dairy and all this and all that. So listen, I hope that these swap outs help out someone. And by the way, please let me know if you have anything that you swap out that could contribute to us and have another tip. I love your tips and tricks. I really, really do. In the meantime, this has been Jan from New York City. Thank you so much for listening. I'm going to come back with a wave, but let me close out the show. I gave you the wrong closeout. Hang on. Have an amazing, fantastic evening. Take good care, everybody. Good night.